Right, so this is the daily live stream, the recap from Tuesday, the 9th of December. We're going to break down the EU trade, why we took the EU trade, and also why we moved stop to break even, and also what my thoughts are on price going into tomorrow. So, begin with the EU trade. Obviously, yesterday in the stream, I mentioned about EU traded up higher, we traded down lower, and then we had this 4-hour fair value gap, which obviously, as you can see, we closed above on EU. However, on DXY, we had this 4-hour fair value gap that we didn't close below, and the only way I was gonna long EU was if we had a closure below that bearish 4-hour fair value gap on DXY, which, as you can all see, we didn't. So even though we did have a stop run here, then a trade up higher, creating an order block here, and a lot of people would have went long here expecting longs on EU. The reason I didn't long EU was because of the 4-hour on DXY. So once I seen we had a stop run of this low, and then we instantly closed basically back above the 4-hour fair value gap, I looked at EU as a stop run of this high and then a trade lower. I know we have the 4-hour order block here, and we also have this 4-hour inverse fair value gap that, as you can see, price was in when we came into it. So we had a stop run to a 4-hour inverse fair value gap. We traded lower, and just get rid of this. What I liked about EU was we created this order block here, like so. And I was going to enter here with my stops over here, but price moved away before I could get in. So our entry ended up being around here somewhere with stops down there. And my target was this low down here, like so. But once we took out the Monday low, the rules are, if you take out a short-term objective, you have to move your stop loss to break even. And as you can see, we traded up lower, the news traded lower, and then we come back up after the news. After we took out the Monday low, we took out this high again here, like so, and then we traded back lower, and now it looks like we're gonna continue trading lower. So this is one of them ones where at this point we're only up 1.64%, so you can't really take any partials, because I would only ever take partials if we were at 2R, and because we weren't at 2R, I wouldn't take any partials at that point. So this is just one of them ones where having a break even is essentially a good break even, because we had a stop run into the 4-hour fair value gap, we had all the framework on the hourly, we traded lower, and if we also look at DXY, like I mentioned, we had a stop run, we closed back above near enough closed back above the 4-hour fair value gap, and the 4-hour closure was mainly what I was looking at. You see, we never actually closed below the 4-hour fair value gap on DXY. We then traded up into the new day opening gap, like I mentioned in the stream yesterday. EU, we traded to the low, we took out short-term objective, we moved stops break even. And that's just part of the game. Like, there's nothing else we could have done about this trade. So this was an A+ setup, and we managed at A+. So yeah, I'm happy with that trade. I just wanted to do the breakdown of that to begin with, basically. But going on to my thoughts now. if we start on DXY, as you can see, we have now traded up into the new day opening gap. So from here, there is a possibility that we can trade up. We may take out today's high once more, trade up, and then we could start to drop down lower into these lows down here. That could be one scenario that can happen. The next scenario would also be if we close above the new day opening gap, and then we can use it as an inversion level to go higher. Because if we look on the 1 hour right now, obviously we have traded up into the new day opening gap, but there is no structure at all for us to be able to short this here. So if we do break down and we form some nice structure, so we have some fair value gaps, we have a stop run, and then we trade back lower again, then we can start looking for shorts. But until that point now, it's just a waiting game. Because as you can clearly see, since this stop run on Monday, we've just been bullish. So there is no reason anyone should be selling DXY from this level right now, because there is no confirmation at all. And if we take a look at EU, yes, we took out this low here, but there is nothing here to suggest that we're going to flip bullish from here. Nothing at all. I know we are still inside the daily fair value gap. We are yet to close below it, which is a good sign for bullishness. So this here can still act as a launch pad to go higher. But like I mentioned, we have to just wait now for price to develop. So tomorrow, the plan is we won't be trading until FOMC's passed. So it's a high chance that tomorrow we won't be trading at all. If we take a look at GU, as you see, GU was a bit weaker than EU because we have closed below this low here, which obviously yesterday's low, whereas on EU we are failing to close below yesterday's low as of now. So the better pair to long, in my opinion, would be Euro USD if we do get that reversal on DXY. Euro pound's in a consolidation, so that's why it's quite hard to tell between EU and GU. USD JPY, we didn't get a sweep of this run, and as you can see, we have absolutely just flew higher as anticipated, because we was expecting DXY to trade into that Monday high, which would essentially mean USD JPY to go bullish, because obviously if DXY is bullish, USD bullish as well. But there was literally no way to get. If we got a sweep of this low, then we could look for longs. But since last Friday, we've not had a stop run on UJ on the hourly, so we've moved. We've moved 261 pips without any stop runs. So yeah, that's that. USD CAD. This is expected. We went over this at the start of the week. We've had a massive sell-off. So once you have a massive move, there's a high chance that price is going to consolidate. And as you can see right now, since Monday New York session, all we've done is consolidated. So that's why I've not even bothered looking at USD CAD. Gold, we obviously took yesterday's low, and we also took the last Thursday's low. If we just take a look at silver quickly. Oh, silver's flew. Wow. So yeah, so we do have SMT at these lows with gold. Obviously we have taken out the Monday high into this 4 hour fair value gap here, but what I do like now on gold, I have a feeling we may run higher. We are in the daily fair value gap, and this candle closure now, we have closed above these two down close candles. So this is now an order block. We ran out a low here, because 1, 2, 3, so we've done a daily stop run. So now I would be expecting us to potentially run up higher, leave this fair value gap open, maybe go into this high, going into tomorrow. We do obviously have FOMC, so risk is on the table, but personally I think gold, we could have a small retracement, then just grind up tomorrow. That is my honest thoughts. So yeah, that is basically it for today. Right now we're in a waiting game. One thing I'm super happy about is how we are managing risk, and my trade frequency has lowered quite a lot, but that's only because of our journaling that we've done in the past that's allowed us to understand the model better and understand basically what we're doing well, what we're doing wrong. So I think that's it for this stream. It's not much to go over. If any of you have any questions, please do let me know. I know there's not a lot of people in here, but you all have to start somewhere. But yeah, if not, we will wrap this up here and we will see what FOMC brings us tomorrow. So yeah, thank you for joining, the ones you have, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. So yeah, thank you.